Now, at the stage where the native peoples of the region were just about to become extinct, they had a debate in the Catholic Church. It was held before the Pope of Rome. You had on one side Inez de Sepulveda, a raw-bone, redneck, racist cracker. And on the other side, you had Las Casas, who is the saint of the Indians. Now, in this debate, Sepulveda said, spent about a day talking about how subhuman these Caribs and Tainos were. They were like cattle. They were not human, that they were not worthy of being treated as humans. Las Casas spent 3 whole weeks decrying what the Spanish conquistadors and all of the colonists had done to wipe out these people and how they had mistreated them. And he talked about the need to see them as human beings. Now, he won the debate. The Pope declared Las Casas the winner. But in all of the churches around the New World, the arguments of Sepulveda, you know they get a Sepulveda Boulevard in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. The story continues. But they posted all of these racist redneck arguments, dehumanizing a people. And this is the first time you had the scientific approach to analyzing a race of people. And so throughout the next 300 or 400 years, you had exploitation of the peoples of this region, and all in the name of God. Now, you started to speak to this last week, and I would like to hear your views on this. The traditional role that the church has played in the denigration of the black people, because Las Casas, you know, even though he won the debate, he caused them come and rape Africa. Because he said, you know, those Africans are stronger than the Native Americans over here, or these Indians. They're much stronger than them, and they could take it much better than them. Why don't you bring some of them slaves over here? So that began the slave trade. And all of this emanates from a debate within the church. So I would like your views of the impact the church has had on slavery, on racism, and on our current state we stand in as a people.
But you know, Brother Hannah, I don't know what impact, because the Pope was in Rome, the Bishop of Canterbury was sitting in his high place, but slavery was still going on in the name of Jesus. Mm-hmm. So I have to look at it as to say, this whole thing about religion or to reign over, it was all concocted by King James in order to enslave us as the original people. Because one of the things you just said, a race of people. I may disagree with you slightly as to say we are not a race of people. We are the essence of which all race comes from.
That's right.
So if we are that, and they were about to enslave or hide something from us, as you do know, the first Bible came off the press, King James had it said, in 1611. But 200 years passed before we were even given the opportunity to look at the book. So if Jesus died to save the world, which I don't believe, because in the book it says he came for his people. So we now say he died for the world, inclusive of all people, but we were still in bondage, or we were still chained in the bottoms of ship, being brought here. I think they brought laborers in a greater amount. But if you look at, even since Obama had become president, it came out a little bit more than we heard how what happened in Washington, D.C. It was Benjamin Banneker who laid out Washington, D.C., and many things happened because of us. Now that he's president, I think we got a little bit more credit. But if you look at many things, there's a book known as 100 Amazing Facts about the Negro, right. J.A. Rogers.
That's right.
And he tells you of our accomplishment. So I don't think they make believe that they brought you from Africa, you were naked in a tree. You understand me? A white man came there and could talk to the elephant more than we could, which we were there with them. So all these to me were lies that were portrayed.
But we bought into the lies.
And we bought into it. We had no other choice.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
Exactly, because we, you know, it's like a dog. If you brought a dog into the studio and you beat the dog outside, and this dog comes in here now and knows only you alone, the dog will lay at your feet. Not that he don't feel the licks you put on him, but well, who else does he know? Where else can he go? So we were that animal, so to speak. We were 3/5 of a human being in what they legislated in the United States. We were not able to be insured. So the things that happened to us in the past has gotten us to the point where, you know, we still have the scars. And right now, our younger generation who have researched over the years, our young ones are saying, no, we found the truth out.
Okay. Brother Ali, we're going to take a break now. We're going to be back in a few minutes. We have some people who are really supporting our program by advertising with us. And we're going to take a few minutes to honor them. Thank you.
A long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.